and kahin to ye pressure phootega, and when it does, then will there be a state of anarchy? That's another question. I thank all our panelists. Thank you very much. I got to wind this up, but we will take this discussion forward in the days to come, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. Brass Tacks with Zaka.
Good evening, this is Brass Tacks. I'm Zaka Jacob. The Prime Minister undertook a massive roadshow today in Delhi to kick off the BJP's national executive. This executive will start the BJP's preparations for 2024. Clearly, after the recent round of assembly elections, the Prime Minister and the BJP are in numero uno position, particularly after the result in Gujarat, where after 27 years, almost 3 decades in power, the BJP came back with its biggest election victory yet. On the other hand, Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra will end later this month in Srinagar. Has the Yatra helped a divided opposition? Are opposition parties able to rally around Rahul Gandhi to take on Modi in 2024? Has his image undergone a transformation? And most importantly, will that necessarily result in electoral success for the Congress and the opposition? But first, the story so far.
किया कि कमर कसकर लग जाएं, हमें एक भी चुनाव नहीं हारना है।
भारत जोड़ो यात्रा का असर है उन पर। हम लोग यहाँ 122 दिन से कन्याकुमारी से रोज 23-24 किलोमीटर चल रहे हैं और आज कुछ 2-3 घंटे के लिए एक छोटा सा रोड शो प्रधानमंत्री ने निकाला है, ये दिखाने के लिए कि वो अभी भी लोकप्रिय हैं। उनके लिए तो ये रोड शो इवेंट मैनेजमेंट है।
All right, so is it setting the stage for the 2024 battle? It's the road show. The Prime Minister and the BJP at the peak of their popularity, some would say, given the recent assembly election victories, and a Congress party and Rahul Gandhi who are in transformation through the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Tuin Sinha, BJP spokesperson, joining us. Dr. Ajay Kumar, spokesperson of the Congress party. Advaita Kala, author and writer. Sanjay Jha, former Congress leader. Smita Prakash, editor ANI, also on the broadcast. Let me start with you, Tuin Sinha. You heard what Jairam Ramesh said, that the Prime Minister's roadshow was in response to the humongous response that Rahul Gandhi is getting during the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Are you nervous that 2024, and we're 15 months away, may not be as much of a easy cakewalk as 2019 and 2014 were?
Good evening, Zaka. Zaka, Rahul Gandhi's yatra is a yatra without a cause. So he, Bharat Jodo is anything but Bharat Jodo. We barely took out a couple of hours of yatra, which was mainly for thanksgiving to the people of the country who have consistently supported the party and further reassuring them that we will be consistently there for them. The difference between the BJP and the opposition is very clear today. The BJP wants to take India into 2047 as a true Vishwaguru. The opposition is desperate to take India back to the days of 1990s of Bihar, and the only motive is self-aggrandizement. There are 4 things basically which define the present opposition. One is brazen corruption, whether it is Rahul Gandhi, who's out on bail in the National Herald case, or Lalu Yadav and his family, who sooner than later law will catch up with them in the IRCTC land case. Number 2, Hindu bashing. Today I'm challenging Rahul Gandhi to take a stand against Chandrasekhar. The guy, the minister in Bihar, who has repeatedly been on a diatribe against the Hindu community, who has been abusing Ramcharitramanas. Can Rahul Gandhi or any opposition leader take a stand on that? No, they can't.
Okay.
Third, obviously is the freebie politics. You know, just without any sense of the economics involved, Rahul Gandhi and other opposition leaders want to promise the moon without realizing that their own financial, you know, the person, Montek Ahluwalia, who was one of the mainstays of the economic policies of between 2004 to 2014, he has been principally opposed to the same freebie politics.
Okay, so let me ask Dr. Ajay Kumar, I'll get to the issues in 1 second, but the fact is, Dr. Ajay Kumar, the BJP and the Prime Minister are in numero uno position for 2024, not least because of the recent assembly election results that we've seen in Gujarat, for example. After almost 30 years in power, the BJP comes back with the biggest majority yet. The previous round of assembly elections earlier in 2022, the BJP wins 4 out of 5 states, including the biggest in the country, Uttar Pradesh. What gives you confidence that the Congress will be able to put up a challenge, and specifically Rahul Gandhi will be able to put up a challenge in 2024, given what happened in 2019 and in 2014?
So, Zaka, a couple of things before my colleague from the Bharatiya Janata Party. You know, when they give freebies or whatever they call it, they said free vaccine and kept, as if the people of India don't pay tax. And the Prime Minister and the poster all across the country. And when they were giving these vaccines, for them, when they were giving the vaccines, it's, they think it's not a freebie. When they give free electricity, they promise free electricity, they promise different kinds of food, grain. They put posters saying that the Prime Minister is giving you free food, 5 kgs per people. So it's shameful. The second issue is, why doesn't the Prime Minister speak and Mr. Amit Shah speak against why ask Mr. Rahul Gandhi? If you have so much of guts, ask Prime Minister to speak against the minister in Bihar. So don't keep preaching to other people. First ask your leaders to speak against them and see what will happen in Bihar. The third issue, which is most important, is, look, Zaka, if you and everybody on the panel, look at it that the Prime Minister and the leaders of this government, posters all over the place. If you go to any developed country, Vishwaguru 2047 and kind of statement my colleague makes. Interesting. Is it a Vishwaguru to put posters of your Prime Minister, everybody, or is it like Uzbekistan or Uzbekistan or Azerbaijan and all these countries, which have dictatorship and all? This is the only one of these South Asian countries where you continue to see, you want to be Vishwaguru, but you do all things which go against a Vishwaguru. Third issue, if we are Vishwaguru, then why is it in 2023 a scheduled caste boy gets beaten up in Uttar Kashi for entering a temple and none of these BJP leaders speak about it? What is this Vishwaguru?
No, we are diverging from the topic at hand, which is that 2024, the electoral battle for 2024. Have the lines been drawn today with the roadshow and then, of course, the Bharat Jodo that's been there for the last 100+ days now? No, so I want to ask, let me ask Smita Prakash, one thing that opposition leaders, as well as some in the BJP, may privately admit, that Bharat Jodo seems to have changed Mr. Rahul Gandhi's image somewhat. He's not derisively sort of joked about. He's not looked at as someone who is clueless or out of depth. He seems to have, quote unquote, come of age in this yatra. Do you reckon that is a possibility, or that is something that you're seeing on the ground? And how may that translate or not necessarily translate into electoral success? Because like I said, the BJP just won Gujarat big, they won Uttar Pradesh, they won 4 out of 5 states in the assembly elections. And in 2023, where you have 9 states going to polls, it's primarily Congress versus BJP.
Yeah, Zaka, I think there will be one section of the opposition which will continue to mock Rahul Gandhi for being a non-serious politician. But they also have to now, I think, recalibrate their way of, mocking him, because he has made the effort. He has got out of that comfort zone that he was in. He has undertaken this yatra. Now, if this is the 10th, 15th, 20th time that he's going to be repositioned and put forward before the electorate, that's for the Congress to do. But one thing is certain, that if there was a sense of status within the party, Rahul Gandhi has managed to shake them out of that. Okay. He was not expected to do it, because he is the reason why there was a status in the party, because there was no president, there was no vice president. He was going on vacation. He was not really a serious person. Priyanka Gandhi was there, not there. Nobody knew what was going on. But with this Bharat Jodo, at least within the Congress ranks, there seems to be a sense of purpose. And better late than never, if they are the ones who are going to be taking on the BJP in over 200 seats across the country as the principal opposition there, then I think it's about time that they got their act together. That having been said, today's roadshow, which you began by talking about what the Prime Minister was doing if the Congress is to say that the Prime Minister is trying to replicate what Rahul Gandhi is doing, no. Because this is something that the BJP has always done, which is roadshows, right? From the days of Advani to Murli Manohar Joshi to everybody, the party knows how to do this, how to do yatras and roadshows, and the nature of interaction that a prime minister has. He cannot go among the people because of security reasons, whoever the prime minister is. So hence, roadshows become a necessity for the prime minister to do this. They have lost Himachal. They're not going to take that easy. You listed out this whole, the number of elections that they have won, but they will also concentrate on the reason for the losses. So there'll be a whole lot of this Chintan Manthan that they do to find out the reasons. And as today they said that 9 states go to polls in 2023 and they want to win each one of those 9 states.
So Sanjay Jha, of those 9 states, let's look at the big ones, right? Karnataka, again, it's a straight fight, Congress, BJP. And then later on in the year, you have Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh. All three, it's a straight fight between Congress and BJP. If you go back to the 2019 Lok Sabha election, and Smita was referring to this as well, there were 189 constituencies out of 543 where it was a direct fight between Congress and BJP. And the BJP won 164 out of these 189. What makes you believe that 5 years down the line, that has changed? Forget about, it being an equal battle. At least the Congress will be able to put up a fight better than the 17 or 18 seats that it won against the BJP in direct fights.
Well, Zaka, first and foremost, a good evening to all the panelists and to yourself. There are 2 points that I wish to make, really. Number one is if the BJP today sounds nervous or, they are palpably concerned over the success of the Bharat Jodo Yatra, I think it's understandable because anyone who's a serious politician knows, and I think Mr. Modi knows it better than anybody else, that you never know when the public mood changes. Sometimes it is spectacularly surprising. Sometimes it happens in a very imperceptible fashion over a period of time. Now, let me give you one example of that. Amit Shah goes on record to suddenly make a statement out of the blue, in my opinion, to say that the Ram Mandir will be inaugurated on the 1st of January. I thought that was, in a great number of ways, a blunder of sorts, because you don't really make an announcement of that kind in the casual manner in which he did. He was clearly responding, and I think the BJP today knows it, that there are no permanent winners and losers in politics. I've been part of the Congress when the Congress was actually in opposition in 2003, and I've seen the victory in 2004 and 9. And the reason why the Congress lost was because of the hubris within that BJP is unlikely to become a force under Advani or whoever replaces them. So I think the BJP is aware that the Bharat Jodo Yatra is not possibly one of instant gratification, but I do believe that over the long haul, it's not just Rahul Gandhi's political brand.
Sanjay, the issue again is clearly everyone on the panel will agree that the Congress on its own today is not in a position to take on the BJP. There's probably a 1 in 3 differential between the Congress and the BJP. So the best shot that the Congress has is as a collective of opposition parties. Now, there again, the question comes back to this so-called index of opposition unity. We've seen Mr. Kharge, the Congress president, send out letters to opposition leaders to join the last leg of Bharat Jodo in Srinagar on the 30th of January. Again, there are very, very notable omissions from the opposition space. I mean, what is going to be the role of a Mamata Banerjee? What is going to be the role of a KCR? What is going to be the role of an Arvind Kejriwal? These are all imponderables which neither the Congress seems to have an answer to, nor other opposition parties seem to have an answer to.
Zaka, a quick response to you. Number one, you mentioned the correct data that the BJP and the Congress are head to head on roughly 185 to 200 seats.
Yeah.
And in both 2014 and 19, the Congress has been decisively defeated. But that's precisely why the BJP will be worried. And the Congress actually has an opportunity to completely kind of reset, as they say, the entire electoral game. Think about it. These are states where the Congress is a formidable player. If the Congress were to win even 40%, if they win 50% or more, is phenomenal. The BJP comes down from 303 to 200. And, and I can tell you that if the Congress plays an accommodative politics, which I expect it to do, then you will find the regional players taking on the BJP in their states, while the Congress is able to actually bring the BJP and the Congress battle to the level playing field that it should be.
Okay.
I mean, last time
So,
the Pulwama etc. that came into play.
Okay, Pulwama changed the equation. I heard this from an earlier Congress spokesperson as well. But let me ask Advaita Kala, the issues that are going to dominate. Clearly, 2024, we've had 2 years of COVID. People have hurt because of that. Now again, there is talk of a looming recession and so on and so forth. But ultimately, 2019 and 2024 will be fought on wholly different issues and perhaps in wholly different contexts and parameters. The issue is that, yes, BJP also realizes that there are issues on the ground. Price rise is an issue. Joblessness is an issue. But what do they have to counter that? A divided opposition. B, of course, today, as Tuhin said, there is a Hindu vote bank. There is a Hindutva vote bank. And the BJP has milked that. Has that reached sort of capacity, as some would say? Or is there still space to grow? Where is the BJP going to expand to make up for some of the losses that people like Sanjay Jha and Dr. Ajay Kumar are saying it'll have to face because of anti-incumbency?
I think to a large extent, the Bharatiya Janata Party is a different animal in the electoral landscape of the country. Even when the results came out on December 8th, everybody was talking about the historic win in Gujarat. And my reading of the situation was that when those doors close and the Prime Minister goes into that meeting with the other senior leaders of the party, the only thing that they're going to be discussing is probably Himachal. Because that's where they lost, although it's a much smaller state. So I think this BJP, the avatar that we see it in today, is extremely target focused. It's on the ball. It's working 24/7. And this is right from the Prime Minister downwards. I mean, that's the kind of work ethic they have. So if the Congress is actually going out and doing the Bharat Jodo Yatra and all of these other initiatives, I don't think it's so much of a problem for the BJP as much as it's the Congress's need for survival, which is very important. The fact that it's ceding space to AAP, the fact that it needs to project itself as the pole opposition party, and it's not in that position to do so. So this is really a resurrection of the party and its fortunes more than a challenge to the BJP.
But let's say Advaita, in the coming set of assembly elections, like I said, Karnataka is a straight fight. Much of the North Indian states that go towards the end of the year, Rajasthan.
Gujarat is straight fight.
If
Gujarat is straight fight.
Yeah, no.
But
If the Congress is able to put up a decent performance in these straight fights, do you think then by 2024 it will be the principal pole of the opposition or no?
I think it depends entirely on how they perform in the elections that are coming up. But having said that, I think when you have TRS coming forward, you have Mamta waiting, biding her time. The only person who sort of opted out is Mayawati at this point of time. AAP is anyone, anywhere, anytime you listen to AAP, any victory that they have over the Congress in Punjab, I might remind you, they are very, very clearly saying that the Congress is done. We're the alternative. So I don't think it's that easy for the Congress right now. And if they put up a performance like they put up in Gujarat, where they pretty much tossed in the towel, where Rahul Gandhi did, I guess, 1 or 2 rallies at best. And they lost that block of 30% votes that they've had forever and ceded that space to the BJP. You're asking where the BJP votes are coming from. Just look at Gujarat. The BJP votes are coming from Congress voters as well.
Okay. Dr. Ajay Kumar, again, the fundamental question, and this is how the campaign is going to be framed. It was in 2019, it was in 2014. Is Modi is the face of this government. Modi is the face of this ruling party, right? There has to be a face to take him on. And if that face is going to be Rahul Gandhi, as was the case in 2019 and in 2014, A, will other opposition leaders agree to that? And B, more importantly, why should we believe that the results will be any different? Because we've seen this contest in the past. What is there on the ground that leads you to believe that this contest, if it were to happen again in 2024, the results will be different?
No, so it is interesting. The previous speaker spoke on Gujarat and didn't mention Himachal. If you remember that Himachal had already put in all the TV channels had already predicted that the BJP was sweeping Himachal. Same thing is going to happen in whether it's Madhya Pradesh. They're going to change the chief minister, I believe, in Madhya Pradesh. And so much as much they might keep shouting from the rooftops in Rajasthan. But things are, I mean, if things look difficult, they keep to propagate that the leadership issues in Congress in Rajasthan. But they have a bigger crisis in Rajasthan themselves. Karnataka, you will see the way, and if Karnataka is a model of what the BJP promises, that means the most incredible corruption in the country. That is one aspect. The second aspect is, I think Sanjay hit the nail on the head. The issue is, if they are down by 60 to 70 seats and the opposition comes up by 60, 70 seats, you'll be sure that even the BJP won't like to see the two gentlemen at the top, leading this party. First question. So, as much as you might think that you're the most, like Trump was, unbeatable, Himachal has got there's no minorities in Himachal, by the way, just for the information of the other panelists who were speaking on it. And the Hindutva vote or not the Hindutva vote, I think it's a currency which may not last for too long. I told you the Uttarakashi example and why I said it's a very relevant topic. That if in 2023, if a scheduled caste boy is beaten up with sticks on fire for the whole night. One sec, let me complete. Zaka,
just give me 10 seconds. You may think that the Hindutva card may have run its course, but please tell me seriously that if the Ram temple is going to get inaugurated in January of 2024 and general elections are going to be between March and May of 2024, are you seriously telling me that that will not have a Hindutva vote dividend for the BJP?
So I'm telling you seriously, what's happening in Bihar? The question is, the politics is also the factor. Look, the one is that, is the percentage of vote going to increase than what it used to be earlier? And the reason for the defeat, for the opposition not doing well was the opposition index of unity fact of life. But I've seen it, I mean, whether it's in Tripura. Now, I'll just complete it. Zaka, just indulge me for 30 more seconds. The fact is that and in lots of states, we're able to get the opposition on board together. There will be Aam Aadmi Party, which we don't want to get on board, and there'll be a couple of guys across on different political formation we may not want to. But as much as BJP is working hard, I don't think the Congress, and I'm proud of it, that the Congress party is, for many, many years, I have not seen so much of energy, so much of activity, people speaking, people raising the right issues.
Okay.
So, are those 60, 70 seats for them to lose for the Bharatiya Janata Party on the present situation? Or what they have? Definitely yes. If somebody is going to say, no, that can't happen, and if those 60, 70 seats they lose, whether it is to the Congress or to the other opposition colleagues, then they're down to 200, 180, 200.
Okay. So no, fair enough. Like I said, you're an opposition party.
Yeah. So you need to lose the 70 odd
come up
seats.
with your own strategies, and if your strategy is to make sure that BJP comes down by 60 to 70 seats, then fair enough. I mean, nobody has a quibble with that.
No,
I want to ask
Queen
Sinha. I think the basis of that political calculation by Dr. Ajay Kumar is, you look at Bihar, where the NDA swept last time. Now there is a different alliance that is in power. You look at Maharashtra, where again, Shiv Sena and BJP were in alliance last time. You swept that state. I think you got 42 out of 48. Now there is a different political equation there. These big states, the losses that you're likely to see in 2024 because you maxed out in 2019, where are you going to make up for those losses? That is why Dr. Ajay Kumar and the others in the opposition space believe that the BJP will be negated by about 50 to 60 seats in 2024 because these big states, the equations have changed.
Zaka, I can tell you that in Maharashtra there will be a complete sweep because the way the corruption of the Aghadi government has been exposed and the Congress support to that Vasuli gang of the Aghadi, I think there will be a complete sweep. And there are three other states, Telangana, Tamil Nadu and Bengal, where you will be surprised by the upsurge in BJP seats. Between the three states, there are 95 seats, and I can give you in writing that at least 50 seats will come to the BJP because, you know, as party workers, we are aware of what's happening on the ground. Number two, you know, you need to realize that in the last 9 years, the basic character of India's politics has changed. There was a notion 9 years ago that, you know, you need to vote for change if you want development in the country. Today, the notion has absolutely changed. People believe that if you want development, you need continuity. That is what this government has done. And pro-incumbency vote is a reality today. So you should not be surprised if in the states where BJP got, you know, around 80% of the seats, whether it was UP, whether it was Rajasthan or Gujarat, we will retain that number. And additionally, you will be surprised by the upsurge in some of the states which I just mentioned.
So let me ask Smita that, because there is a big calculation, and I think they've been saying, the BJP has been sort of betting on this for the last 3 or 4 years at least, that there will be an eastward expansion, whether in Bengal or in Odisha, Telangana, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, the eastern seaboard as it were, to make up for any potential losses in the Hindi heartland, because obviously they maxed out both in 2014 and 2019. How easy or difficult would that be? Because there it's not a Congress-BJP straight fight. In every one of those states, there are very strong regional players, and it's BJP versus those strong regional players.
Well, Rahul Gandhi in the parliament had said that it's not going to happen. From Bengal to Orissa to Andhra Pradesh and then Tamil Nadu and Kerala, he said you will not be able to go further down. That was said even about the BJP, that they will not be able to go into the Northeast. The Northeast was the Congress and regional parties' domain. But that watershed was broken. So, you know, Indian electorate is totally unpredictable. Also, this 180 to 200, this whole talk, you know, whispers in the corridor in 2019. If you remember, Zaka, there was this Club 180, and that Club 180 was within the BJP. It was said that there were people within the BJP who were thinking that if it's Club 180, what they were called, that if that happens and the BJP comes to 175 or 180, then it's possible that there could be a change in the leadership in the BJP. Now the Club 180 seems to be the opposition, which is hoping to restrict the BJP to 180. They are not talking in terms of a change of leadership in the BJP, even if it is 180, but a change in the leadership of a united opposition, if that happens. A united opposition seems to be a figment of imagination at this stage, because the BJP has got its targets ready. The opposition doesn't have it. It's still fragmented with different egos and different battles and different game plans for 2024. Even for 2023, the game plans are different. It's not going to be easy in 2023 for the states that you mentioned, which is Karnataka or Madhya Pradesh or Rajasthan. It's not going to be easy in these places. And yet the BJP in its national executive is going to set new targets. It's going to make its vision more razor sharp. It's going to put more foot soldiers on the ground. It's going to make its messaging sharper. It's going to interact more with the voters, because that's what they do. That's how they go into an election mode, which is to talk. And the other important thing, which, you know, people who sit in, including me, who sit and do this analysis, we don't understand this whole concept of Labhartis. People who have got those gas cylinders, people who have got that electricity, water on tap, the Ujjwala Yojana, the housing, all those, and the bathrooms, those who have got that, nobody can understand how they have gone through life.
So Sanjay, I was just going to ask Sanjay that. I mean, the fact is also that there is a Labharti constituency that has been cultivated by the BJP, whether it's the 80 crore people who were fed during COVID, whether it is the 10 crore people who've got a toilet in their homes, the 4 crore women who've got gas cylinders because of Ujjwala, the Jan Dhan accounts. I mean, I don't want to go on and on, but the fact is that there is a constituency that votes for the BJP because they've seen a significant transformation in their lives. Now, you can't discount that. You can't just say that all of that is just Hindutva.
Zaka, let me give you two short responses to that. Number one, the political one. The Congress probably is in pole position in Karnataka as we speak. And if the party were not to commit any seminal error, I have a feeling it's going to start 2023 on a very positive footing with a momentum, with a victory in Karnataka, with an absolute majority probably, that will put, I think, the BJP in a corner, because their government there is not just corrupt, it's terribly incompetent. And I'm telling you because I have lots of contacts in Karnataka, both urban as well as non-urban. On the question that you talked about, these welfare expenditure, blah, blah, blah. I have been doing my own little study before the budget comes up. And the data, Zaka, if you look at it, is stunning. I looked at all the data for the rural poor, and you look at the data for the urban poor and the middle class. And you'll be astonished to know, and this is from the government survey of the NSO, that actually Indians, rural poor, agricultural labor, part-time labor, urban people who work in construction and other sectors are today worse off than they were before the pandemic. And you can give these sobs, a ration here, an LPG cylinder. But think about it, Zaka, as a family, you need income, because that income is your sustainability.
Okay.
So I do believe that the reason why the BJP ought to be extremely nervous, and the opposition, especially the Congress, has a humongous chance, is because, truth be told, India is today not doing well. They keep talking about the fastest growing economy.
Yeah.
What they don't tell you is it is on a very low base of a minus 6.7% GDP growth rate. And
Okay.
today Saudi Arabia is the fastest growing
I'll
economy
give
in the world.
Advaita the final word in terms of opposition strategy. And again, this is a logic that's been put forth by some opposition leaders. It doesn't have to be Modi versus X or Y or Z. It doesn't have to be Modi versus Mamta or Modi versus Kejriwal or Modi versus Rahul Gandhi. They are saying one of the strategies is to find the best candidate out of 543 constituencies. It's going to be Modi versus the local candidate in each of those constituencies, because as the Prime Minister himself said in the Gujarat campaign, you're voting directly for me. So I suspect that the BJP voter who's voting for their MPs, they're directly voting for Modi. They don't necessarily care who the BJP candidate is. The vote is for Modi. So if you can find the best local candidate in those 543 constituencies to take on Modi, that is the opposition strategy. You don't need a national face like a Rahul Gandhi or a Mamta Banerjee. Do you buy that strategy of fighting the election? Because that's one school of thought in the opposition.
Well, maybe that is the only school of thought, because really, where is the opposition figure who can challenge Modi at this point of time? And that's really as simple as and straightforward as it gets. There isn't one. So if they have to reimagine how they're going to put up an opposition, then maybe this is one way to go, because the other path is really them fighting it out and dueling it out and sulking and going in together or going at it alone, and all of this drama, which will keep us very busy, going on till the 2014 general elections, because they don't have their act together, they don't have their chemistry together, and that's evident for everyone to see. So if they really need to go at it, maybe they need to do it piecemeal, one seat at a time. I'm not certain what their strategy will be at this point of time. I have complete sympathy, because Prime Minister Modi is a phenomenon, and there's no denying that. And it's very tough for any opposition to put up a candidate against him who will be just as appealing on that pan-national level. That candidate doesn't exist.
Okay.
And I don't think that candidate is going to be available by the time 2024 rolls around either. So they will have to rethink this and be a little more pragmatic about what the situation is, and not quite as fanciful as sometimes you get to hear, thinking that certain victories will change things. I mean, that's not what's happened.
This about 2004 and 1977, where again there were big, strong leaders, and there wasn't a face to take on those leaders. But I think electoral politics has certainly changed in the last 10 years. We are, for whatever it's worth, in our campaigns, definitely more presidential. There is a different way in which the Indian electorate votes in a Lok Sabha election as compared to state assembly elections. If you go back again to 2018-19, the state assembly elections just before 2019 Lok Sabha, the Congress won all three big states. It won Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. And yet, less than 6 months after that, in the general election, look at the kind of mandate that Narendra Modi got. So I think it's absolutely critical to know that the Indian electorate is mature enough to vote differently for state and for Lok Sabha. And it is absolutely critical that when Mr. Modi is on the ticket, when he is running for office, there is a certain premium, an extra 10% that adds on to the BJP. The opposition needs to find that face. And Advaita is right. Right now, there is no face to take on Mr. Modi nationally. Can they find 543 faces to take him on locally? We'll wait and see. But for the moment, though, I want to thank all our guests for joining us on Debate 1. here on Brass Tacks. But let's shift focus. The big battle that's coming up, and the first big one of 2023 is going to be Karnataka, where today Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was campaigning. She's played the woman card. 2,000 rupees for all women of that state is what the Congress is promising. The BJP is saying this is exactly what they've been arguing against. The politics of bravery culture. Details right on the other side.
Supposed to do mechanized sweeping in city. But where is the mechanized sweeping? Where are those the machines which are to be put for taking care of the pollution? None. They're only one in CP, and that too doesn't function. That too have been sponsored by Tata.
Let me take this across to my News 18 correspondent, Mr. Javed, who's joining us on the broadcast. Javed, क्या हो रहा है अभी? पहुंच चुके हैं वो राजनिवास तक?
देखिए, मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल अभी रास्ते में है एलजी हाउस के। दिल्ली विधानसभा से वो मार्च कर रहे हैं। साथ में उप मुख्यमंत्री मनीष सिसोदिया भी हैं और तमाम जो विधायक हैं वो भी हैं। दरअसल मुद्दा, जैसा कि आप देख सकते हैं, जो तख्ती हाथ में मुख्यमंत्री ने ली है, जो फिनलैंड में शिक्षकों की ट्रेनिंग होनी थी, दिल्ली सरकार के शिक्षकों को फिनलैंड में ट्रेनिंग के लिए जाना था। आम आदमी पार्टी और दिल्ली सरकार का यह आरोप है कि वो फाइल एलजी हाउस की तरफ से रोक ली गई और उसी को लेकर आज दिल्ली विधानसभा की कार्रवाई शुरू हुई और उसी को लेकर आम आदमी पार्टी के तमाम विधायक वेल में उतरे और जिसके बाद यह फैसला किया गया कि मार्च किया जाएगा एलजी हाउस तक, इस मांग को लेकर कि जो दिल्ली सरकार के शिक्षक हैं उनको ट्रेनिंग दी जाए।
The Aam Aadmi protest there, led by the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, taking this across to Roopashri Nanda, who's joining us. Roopashri, essentially the Aam Aadmi Party protesting against the 30 teachers who they had advised should be sent to training to Finland. That, proposal has apparently been rejected by the Lieutenant Governor. This is, I believe, something that has been a bone of contention for about a couple of days now.
Yes, if you look at all the placards that have been held by the Aam Aadmi Party and their MLAs, then they are clearly targeting the Lieutenant Governor for stopping the teachers to go on a training in Finland. Now, on this particular allegation by the Aam Aadmi Party, actually the Lieutenant Governor's office had responded by saying that the Lieutenant Governor's office has actually not stopped it, but had asked for a cost-benefit analysis. But Aam Aadmi Party's Deputy Chief Minister actually said that when you ask for a cost-benefit analysis on such subjects, it is essentially stopping the project altogether from taking off. So this is the latest flashpoint between the Aam Aadmi Party's government and the Lieutenant Governor's office.
संवैधानिक पीठ ने कहा है कि लैंड, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर और पुलिस के अलावा बाकी सब मुद्दों पर एड एंड एडवाइस कैबिनेट की बाइंडिंग है एलजी साहब पे, तो वो कैसे रोक रहे हैं हमारी फाइलें? वो कैसे शिक्षकों को फिनलैंड जाने?
मुख्यमंत्री खुद इसमें हिस्सा ले रहे हैं, नेतृत्व कर रहे हैं, उनको भी जाना पड़ रहा है।
बिल्कुल कर रहे हैं। जब असंवैधानिक
के लिए भेजना चाहते हैं, उनकी ट्रेनिंग को वो ना रोकें। और सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ऑर्डर पास किया है जिसमें साफ साफ ऑर्डर में 2 जगह लिखा है कि दिल्ली के एलजी को कोई भी इंडिपेंडेंट डिसीजन लेने की पावर नहीं है। एलजी साहब सुप्रीम कोर्ट के ऑर्डर को माने।
क्या कुछ आप लोगों की मांग है, किस तरीके से एलजी तक आप लोग पहुंचेंगे?
हमारी मांग है कि हम अपने टीचर्स को फिनलैंड ट्रेनिंग के लिए भेजना चाहते हैं। उनको ट्रेनिंग के लिए जाने दिया जाए, उनको ना रोका जाए। उनको रोकने से एलजी साहब को क्या मिलेगा?
Mr. Singh, the point that I was essentially making and asking you, we also had Mr. Khurana join us a short while ago. Now, he had mentioned that despite certain suggestions that were sent out to the Aam Aadmi Party government and in turn Mr. Kejriwal, those suggestions have not been taken the way they should have. And there has been a lot of flexing of ego that's happening vis-a-vis the Aam Aadmi Party.
The problem with Aam Aadmi Party is they are not prepared to tackle the basic core issues, and they are trying to divert the issue towards the LG because LG is asking them to work under the framework of the Constitution and under the framework of the NCT law. The basic issue is, do Delhi have principals? Almost more than 70% schools don't have principal. Do Delhi have vice principals? Almost 45% schools don't have vice principals. There are more than 16,832 teachers which are still to be confirmed, which are on a muster roll in Delhi schools. So these are the core. I mean, you want to send your teachers to Finland, Singapore, do that. But before that, at least ensure that schools have the science and commerce as a subject in the school. I mean, almost more than 70% schools don't have science and commerce as a subject in Delhi.
Okay.
So what are we looking for? I mean, we don't have basics, and we are talking. I mean, we don't have basic, and we are talking about sending of teachers abroad.
Okay, so essentially, Mr. Singh, you are saying that the establishing of the credentials of the institutions that these 30 teachers represent, that needs to be done first before there is a go-ahead or a nod that needs to be given for the teachers to be sent to Finland. Is that right?
Let me rephrase it. I mean, once you do a expenditure on behalf of Delhi taxpayers' money, exchequer money, then you are supposed to do the audit for it.
Okay.
I just now told you there are 70% schools don't have principals in the school. So what should be priority? I mean, sending a teacher to Finland or appointing principal in the school or appointing vice principals in the school. The 45% don't have vice principals. Similarly, 70% schools don't have science and commerce. But what are we heading towards? What sort of society we are building up?
Mr. Singh, तो ये परेशानी तो पहले भी थी दिल्ली स्कूलों में जिसकी बात आप कर रहे हैं. बट वी हैव हर्ड अ वर्ड, देयर वाज अ प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस जो आम आदमी पार्टी के मनीष सिसोदिया ने की थी. उन्होंने बोला था कि इसके पहले भी हम 1100 टीचर्स को भेज चुके हैं. ना सिर्फ फिनलैंड भेजा है, यूके भेजा गया है, सिंगापुर भेजा गया है. उस समय कोई परेशानी क्यों नहीं हुई?
नहीं, तभी तो बोला कि ऑडिट करिए ना आप. ये तो उसकी इवैल्यूएशन करिए, खर्चा करें, उसका लाभ क्या होने वाला है. जब आप वो अगर कल वहां जाकर पता कर करें कि साइंस अच्छी पढ़ाई जानी चाहिए और यहाँ पर साइंस पढ़ाई नहीं जाती, या कॉमर्स में अच्छी पढ़ाई होनी चाहिए और यहाँ कॉमर्स पढ़ाई नहीं जाती हो.
Welcome back. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra campaigned for the Congress in poll-bound Karnataka today, and keeping with the recent strategy of the party, she announced a women-centric scheme of 2,000 rupees per month for all women heads of households if the Congress were to be voted to power. She made the same pitch in the recent Himachal elections, and the Congress managed to defeat the BJP there. But in Uttar Pradesh, the party suffered its worst ever defeat despite this woman card. So will this Nari card pay off for the Congress in Karnataka? And most importantly, the BJP is alleging that this is yet another example of what they call the Revdi culture, whereby the state simply does not have the fiscal means to try and provide for these fanciful promises. So let's first try and play out the story, and then we'll go across to our guests.
Each head of a family who is a woman will get 2,000 rupees per month. That means 24,000 rupees will be directly sent to your account in a year.
ನನಗೇನು ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಿಯಾಂಕಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಬರಲಿ, ಅವರು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮದೇನು ಪತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಾಗಲಿ. ಆದರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಟೈಟಲ್ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದೆ, ನಾನು ನಾಯಕಿ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ನಾಯಕಿ. ಏನು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಿಯಾಂಕಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಫೋಟೋ ಇಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ನಾಯಕಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ನಾನು ನಾಯಕಿ ಅಂತಂದು ತಾನೇ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಭೂದಿಂದ ನಾನು ನಾಯಕಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ.
All right, let me bring in our guests on this topic. S. Prakash is BJP spokesperson, Karnataka. Sanket Yanagi, KPCC spokesperson of the Congress Party. R. Rajagopalan, senior journalist, joining us. And Vijay Sardana, agricultural economist, also on the broadcast. S. Prakash, the Congress is saying, this is an electoral promise. It worked for them in Himachal Pradesh, where the Congress defeated the BJP. It did not work for them in Uttar Pradesh. But in Karnataka, they are confident that it will work, because it's not just the 2,000 rupees for every woman head of household. They're also promising 200 units of free power per month to every household, supplying 10 kg free rice to the poor every month, and free housing for everyone from the SC/ST community. So they are saying that this is a winning combination that is likely to defeat the BJP. Your response?
No, run up to the election, every political parties announce various schemes and freebies. This has become a practice in Indian politics these days. But the Congress party had made similar assurances even in Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, by announcing that all unemployed youths will be paid 3,000 rupees, all widows and old age pension will be increased to 2,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees. but none of them so far have been implemented in any of the Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. And also the announcement they have made today is about 2,000 rupees per family in Karnataka.
Yeah.
That is about 1.5 to 2 crore family will be paid 2,000 rupees per month, yearly 24,000 rupees. And my simple question, I have no problem with their announcement because it is there left to them. But they have to tell the people how they are going to manage the finance. How are they going to find the resources to make the payment?
Yeah.
That should also be placed on the record.
So Sanket Yanagi, the BJP's attack is that this is part of the Revdi culture. If you were to give every woman a head of household in Karnataka, anywhere between 1.5 crores to 2 crore women head of household, 2,000 rupees per month, 24,000 rupees annually, that will cost the state exchequer anywhere between 3,600 to 4,800 crores. And as per the last budget that was submitted by Mr. Bommai, the gross outstanding public debt in the state of Karnataka is 5.91 lakh crores. Where is the state going to find this money to basically give out a dole to every woman of the state?
Simply, it has not become possible for the BJP because of the corruption means, and does not mean that it is not possible for the Congress without corruption. Where there is a corruption, it is not possible. And BJP has shown that it is not possible, and BJP has even shown that the corruption is the menace in the state of Karnataka because of the BJP government. So nothing has been possible for them. But the point here which I would like to make here is, there is a difference between welfareism and the freebies. There is a difference between allurement and empowerment. We believe in empowerment of the woman. And since it is a part of the empowerment policies which we have for the woman, so we were empowering and we have a strategy for it.
No,
why
but
would
Mr.
we
Yanagi,
reveal everything to the BJP
by
at this
paying
stage?
every woman of the state? I can understand, women below the poverty line, women below, a certain threshold of income, but by paying every woman of the state 2,000 rupees a month, where is the welfareism? This is a universal dole that you're giving.
So, since every woman in the state is suffering because of the price rise, because of the gas fuel prices which have been hiked, or the cylinder prices which have been hiked by the BJP government, we are not despairing, or we are not unequally treating any woman.
Okay.
So we are trying to empower every woman. We are trying to give strength to every woman. Every woman is suffering in the state of Karnataka.
Okay,
We have
S.
concern
Prakash,
for
quick
every
response,
woman.
after which I'll go to Mr. Rajgopalan as well as Mr. Sardana. S. Prakash, all women are suffering because inflation hits women more than it does men. Household budgets have been stretched. Gas prices have gone through the roof. Therefore, the Congress is justifying this 2,000 rupees to women.
No, since 2014, congressmen are suffering, not the women of Karnataka or India, because they have no source of income. They have no source to loot the public exchequer's money. How they ruled the country in 2014, everybody has seen it. The point I am saying is, it is their right to declare whatever the freebies they want to. We have no objection to it. It is going to cost 48,000 crore rupees per annum for the 2,000 rupees they want to dole out to all women. And also 7 rupees per unit, 200 unit free means per home, 1,400 rupees they have to dole out. Once again, it will be 1 crore to 1.5 crore households will be getting 1,500 rupees free electricity. And once again, that will be another, add 30,000 crores to it. And 75,000 crore rupees they have to make accommodate. The total budget of Karnataka is 2.5 crores, out of which 50% goes to the salary, pension and other standing expenditure. Interest has to be paid, about a large amount of interest has to be paid for the 5 lakh loan, 5 lakh crore loan, which is in Karnataka. Where do they get the money? They should give the account for that. They should place the record.
Mr. Rajgopalan, to respond to that, just on the issue of just on the issue of this dole to women, anywhere between 35,000 to 45,000 crores is what it will cost the state exchequer. As per the medium-term fiscal plan that was submitted by Mr. Bommai last year, the debt burden currently is at 5.91 lakh crores. It is expected to touch something like 6.6 lakh crores by 2024-25. And if you add another 30 to 40,000 crores to that, then you're easily looking at 7 lakh crores as the total public outstanding debt just in the state of Karnataka. Is this Revdi culture? Does every woman of the state need 2,000 rupees?
Congress wants to replicate the Manrega program type of fraud and corruption in Karnataka. Congress gives a false hopes, as they given old pension scheme in Himachal Pradesh, and they are fighting it out. They are blaming it on center, and they say center is not giving the money for old pension scheme. Similarly, this 2,000 rupees free electricity, everything will be put on the center. Congress is creating a fake narrative. Congress is creating a false narrative in Karnataka, and they will have a boomerang effect on them.
But Mr. Rajagopalan, in Himachal Pradesh, you referred to old pension scheme. That was the first decision taken by the new Sukhu government. In fact, Himachal Pradesh is one of the few states that has reverted to old pension scheme.
The money? Have they given the money?
No, they have not given the money, but it won them the election.
It is like NEET. Like Tamil Nadu, MK Stalin said, NEET we will abolish. We will give 1,000 rupees. State government of Tamil Nadu is unable to give 1,000 to state women. That is why state government of Tamil Nadu is suffering from fake narrative. Similarly, Congress is doing a fake narrative in Karnataka. Apart from that, Zaka,
okay,
Priyanka Gandhi is a Congress leader. Where is Mallikarjun Kharge? And she is going to his own town, Mallikarjun Kharge. And where is Mallikarjun Kharge? If he says, we will believe. And who is she to announce this?
Okay.
What is her responsibility today?
No, so let me come back to the math of this, and I want to ask Mr. Sardana, because he's been very passionately talking about this. The total liabilities just for the current fiscal, which is interest payment, salaries, pensions, the total liabilities in the state of Karnataka for the current fiscal are 4.5 lakh crore rupees. Where is the state going to be able to afford to pay another 30 to 40,000 crore rupees to women? It's not just that. 200 units of free power every month to every household. Now, politically, they can also look at the example of Aam Aadmi Party and say that, look, Aam Aadmi Party promised this in Delhi and other places in Punjab, and they won elections. Political parties at the end of the day need to win elections. Whether the math adds up or not, economics adds up or not, that though, once you get to power, you will decide or deal with.
First of all, good evening to all of you and to all your viewers. See, I filed at a PIL in Supreme Court when the whole freebies argument was going on.
Yeah.
Based on my request, there was already notice issued by Election Commission to all the political parties that whatever election promises they are making, they have to give a physical implication of that in writing to Election Commission. Suppose they are saying 2,000 rupees per month per household lady, which will be something, whatever amount they have calculated, they have to declare what is the implication of this, what is the total cash outflow, and what is going to be the revenue generation to compensate that. If Congress party is not submitting this statement to Election Commission, the message is clear. It is simply a misleading statement. It is a fake statement, and Congress is not serious about it. So if Congress is serious about it, let them reply to the Election Commission and to the people of India and Karnataka that whatever claims they are making, as per the declaration and calculation expected by Election Commission, please submit that statement so that we know what is the fact.
But Mr. Sardana, I mean, the Congress and the opposition can also claim that, the Modi government gave 80 crore poor people free food during COVID. Isn't that Revdi culture? 4 crore cylinders have been given through Ujjwala. Isn't that Revdi culture? So their argument is when BJP gives its welfareism, when opposition gives its Revdi.
The point here comes up is that if you are giving 2,000 rupees to BPL family, yes, it is a welfare scheme. If you are not giving to BPL family, if you are giving to a person who is working in IT industry, who is already employed, who is already having job in government or in private, who is already having businesses, who is already having alternate source of earning and means of earning, if you are giving it to them, this is nothing but a loot of the public taxpayers' money in the name of political bribery. So what we have to be very, very clear in this country as citizens of India, we should ask straight question to all such political leaders, those who want to misuse the taxpayers' money for their political bribery.
So Mr.
And we
Yanagi,
should
I
ask
think I
them
come back
reply
to that
this.
point. If it was 2,000 rupees for those women who are living below the poverty line, or there's a certain income threshold that you have kept, and those who are below that income threshold, if you're giving them 2,000 rupees a month, nobody would have said that this is Revdi culture. Nobody would have attacked the Congress party. That would have been targeted welfareism. This is, as Vijay Sardana said, a political bribe you're giving to the voters before elections.
Now we have made it where the announcement has come today. We will clarify who are all entitled, who are all not entitled in the coming days. And we will also clarify how it would not be a burden on the state exchequer or the taxpayers of the state of Karnataka. And we would also, in the meantime, clarify how it is not a burden on the state and state exchequer at any point of time, and how we are managing the funds.
No, but Mr.
this is the
Yanagi,
crux
shouldn't
of
you have explained
these are
this
the
before you made the
things.
announcement? You can't make the announcement and then say, oh, now we will find the policy to back the announcement.
Before making an announcement, we have a particular calculation. Based on the calculation only, we have done it. And we will justify it as and when it is required in a forum which is appropriate. And we will do that. It is not that we do not have any calculation, just randomly we announced it. It is not so.
Okay.
All are the senior leaders, all have the calculations, all have discussed, decided, and then it has been announced. And we have the strategy for it, how to take it forward.
Prakash,
And it should
you
not be
can
revealed.
call it bad economics, and surely it is bad economics if the state has to spend another 30 to 40,000 crores to fund this. But you look at the recent elections in Himachal Pradesh, Congress said we will go back to old pension scheme, even though everyone agrees that old pension scheme is bad economics. They made that promise, and many believe that that was the single biggest reason why the Congress won that state. Similarly, if Priyanka Gandhi announced 2,000 rupees to women in Himachal, and that helped swing some of the women vote, why should you fault the Congress for thinking that they can do the same thing in Karnataka? Ultimately, all political parties, as the BJP itself says, they fight elections to win elections.
No, I'm not objecting to their announcement at all. Several promises were made even in Gujarat election, even in UP election. Did they won? Himachal Pradesh is a very small state. It's about 68 seats. What about the Gujarat, where 189 seats they fought? How many they won? They have also made very tall claims. Even Aam Aadmi Party, they promised sky. Why they promise such huge benefits to the people? They are certain they don't come back to power. They will not have no responsibility to fulfill those promises. It is for the incumbent government to look into it. Now the Congress party in Karnataka has no stance, no chance of coming back to power. So every day they are announcing 1,400 rupees electricity free, 2,000 rupees monthly free, 10 kgs of rice free, and I am telling you, 2 more promises are awaits from Congress party. They said 5 promises will be making it. They have to put the roadmap first, not later on. After announcement, it is not possible, it is not correct. He says, no, we will decide who will get it, who will not get it. Then does it mean to say
Mr. Rajgopal, this form of,
every family.
You can call it Revdi culture, you can call it welfare politics. This is something that's been followed in other South Indian states also. DMK promised free color TV and rice at 2 rupees a kilo. Jayalalitha then followed that up with free thali, so on and so forth.
They also promised mixie and grinder, everything.
Yes, correct.
Now voters are now very much educated, Saka. It's not that old time now. Apart from that, I am glad that Congress spokesperson has withdrawn Priyanka Gandhi's statement, and now he clarified that they will work out some scheme. After Saldana has said that Supreme Court has taken, Congress is waking up to the situation. I am very sure Congress is creating a problem. Congress is not creating a solution. And now they want to create a problem so that BJP gets reduced, so that they come to power. That's a natural ploy. Apart from that, Congress, which ruled India for 78, 70 years like that, what did they give ultimately? There is no development of Karnataka. Now Congress should institute a some type of thing. Who is going to be the chief ministerial face? Instead of doing politics, they are coming into the economics of it. My understanding is Karge is only a puppet, and the remote controlled, three Gandhis are remote controlling Karge, and it's an insult to the Karnatakas. That is
okay.
What I
that's
feel
a political part. I'll give Mr. Sardana the final word. Mr. Sardana, the results to such promises Like I said, you can call it Revidi, you can call it welfareism. The results to it is mixed bag. Aam Aadmi Party with free power and free Bijli won in Delhi. They also won in Punjab. Himachal Pradesh, Congress promised 2,000 rupees in old pension scheme. They won there. So, if it is electorally working, particularly in state elections, then you can't blame political parties for it because political parties will do what it takes to win elections.
I'm not blaming political party. It is the fault of the voters of India. They do not realize that not a single political party or a political leader pays a single penny from their pocket. It is the taxpayers' money, it is your and my money, which is rooted in the name of political bribery through manifestos.
Okay.
So, voter of India has to wake up and ask the direct question, tell us what is the source of funding which you are promising. Are you going to borrow more from the bank or you are going to tax us more?
Okay, we'll leave it at that. I'm completely out of
state,
time. Sorry about that. Completely out of time. Thank you very much to all our guests. We'll see how the battle for Karnataka primes up. It's just gotten started. It's going to be a fascinating election contest this summer. With that, it's a wrap. Maria Shakil joining you with News Epicenter.
Hello everyone, you're watching News Epicenter with me, Maria Shakil. The BJP kicked off its national executive meeting in the national capital amidst a sea of saffron. As Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived at the NDMC Convention Centre after a mega road show from Patel Chowk with hundreds of BJP workers and supporters lining both sides of the road. The big power players of the saffron camp attended the high-level meeting as the BJP primes its agenda for the 2023 Assembly elections and the 2024